What's up, guys? If you guys missed PlayStation State of Play today, we got the big reveal. Tekken 8 officially announced, officially revealed with gameplay footage. We got the PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and the PC versions incoming. No mention of the PlayStation 4, no mention of a release date or a release window. But from the footage, Harada, he did an interview. He told us it's going to be story mode footage that we're looking at here. This is Kazuya versus Jin, father-son rivalry. No more Heihachi. Spoiler from Tekken 7, he's kind of dead. He's out of there. But of course, the story mode footage here, running at 60 FPS in real time. It is not pre-rendered footage. The character models are from the game. We'll talk about all of that in just a second, guys. But Harada did say that this is a work in progress, and they wanted to just showcase how the game is currently looking on the PlayStation 5. So, I'm going to play the trailer right here. We're going to break it all down. We're going to talk about the graphics. We're going to talk about the gameplay, and a little bit of information about how it may potentially release in the future. So, let's get into it. First up, let's talk about the graphics, right? The game is gorgeous. A huge upgrade from Tekken 7, right? Tekken 8 looks to be setting the bar as this first next-gen fighting game with no PS4 release. Although, who knows? Maybe they'll put some kind of PSP Tekken 6 kind of downgraded version on the PS4 eventually. But the trailer mentions Unreal Engine, does not specify Unreal Engine 5. That's something small to note there. And I highly recommend reading Harada's interview with PlayStation, where he talks about the character models, how these are the ones that you are going to see in the game. Obviously, it's a work in progress, so they may be changed slightly. You know, the water running down their face, etc., the rain, all that stuff. And it's a really great read. I really highly recommend it. I will link it in the description below. There is so much detail here that it's a little overwhelming even, but it looks incredible, right? The waves are crashing in the background, the water droplets everywhere as they're splashing off the floor, etc. The ground breaking open on impact. And then you look in the background with the storms, the tornadoes, the flames, the trees are blowing, the giant tankers breaking apart back there. There's just tons and tons and tons of detail on the stage, and it's not pre-rendered, right? 60 FPS real time on the console. It's just really amazing. Obviously, the characters here graphically, they have new designs, they have new outfits on, which is awesome. When Tekken 7 came out, they didn't have updated clothes, so that was cool to see it here right from the get-go. Jin and Kazuya's pants are updated. You know, they have still this kind of classic look to them, but it obviously updated for the new title here. So really impressive graphically, which I think was the showcase here today. Next up, let's talk about the gameplay. There's a lot of cinematic camera cuts happening here, and since it's story mode, we cannot infer too much about the gameplay. But in this sequence here, you do see a huge slow-mo before Kazuya hits his counter down for 2. Perfect electric wind Godfist combo, and we clearly see a screw attack tailspin here, so the combo structure seems very, very similar to what we're used to already, right? We also see a slow-mo when Kazuya's up forward 3 jumps over Jin's down back 4 earlier. So the question here becomes, will slow-mos become a regular part of the game happening in the middle of rounds, or is it still going to be something that's just at the end of the rounds like in Tekken 7, right? Obviously, slow-mo was a huge addition in Tekken 7. It's something everyone really loves. You know, the question mark is it going to throw off the pace of the game if you see it happening all over the place? Who knows, right? Like I said, this is a story mode trailer. It's probably too early for us to tell, but it looked dope here, so I don't know. We'll see what happens. Another interesting gameplay thing here, they got Jin's 2-1-4, and you see here, look at the way it pushes back on block. This gives me some new tactics vibes, right? Look at that pushback. It's very similar to this wall crush that was just introduced in Tekken 7 Season 5. So, we've mentioned this before, Tekken Revolution was kind of a testing ground for the stuff that we ended up seeing in Tekken 7. The invincible moves became the power crushes. Now we see the new tactics from Tekken 7 Season 5 already being showcased here. So it seems like something they wanted to test out in Season 5 and bring it over into this new game as well. Now, this thing here at the 45-second mark, this one is very weird. Like, what is this? You know, when I first saw it, I thought, okay, this is just some kind of story mode cinematic thing, but when I looked at it again, I'm like, maybe it's not. Maybe it's actually some kind of new mechanic. Like, there's some kind of launcher thing. I don't know, right? Again, probably still too early, right? But yeah, who knows? And then at the very end here, we see Jin wake up. You know, we see him go into the cinematic. His wing, or half wing, comes out, Devil Jin wing. A little transformation there. This, to me, looks like a Rage Art, right? As we know them from Tekken 7, at least. Some people online are starting to suggest that maybe this is some kind of install mode, like Claudio with his Starbird. You know, he does move, he gains an install, then he can do Devil Jin moves or something, right? Who knows? It's still too early to tell, but from everything we've seen so far, it's pretty exciting to kind of look at it and kind of get some ideas. But overall, so far, it definitely seems very, very similar to Tekken 7 as we're used to, just with a huge graphical upgrade. Now, this is kind of a big announcement. We see the consoles that they're releasing it on: PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and Steam. No mention of PS4, etc. It's revealed here at PlayStation State of Play, which to me likely says that it's coming straight to console and skipping arcade exclusivity. Now, that sounds like something that you should be able to say and not be like surprised by. But Bandai Namco and Tekken, even with Tekken 7, have always pushed for an arcade first release. The only Tekken game that has not gone to arcades first was Tekken Revolution, which wasn't really a Tekken game, right? It was a weird one. It was a weird coin system online thing. It's not a real Tekken game. So, sorry, Kaiser. I know you started a Tekken Revolution. I'm sorry. But look, Tekken 8 might be actually the first Tekken game that goes straight to consoles so everyone can experience it at the same time. Tekken 7 was in arcades for 2 years before we got the console version released. Tekken 5.0 was in arcades, I think, for 3 to 4, maybe 5 months before it hit PS2, and that was widely considered the most unbalanced Tekken game ever. But the world is different now. We've got patches, we can have beta tests, we can have closed betas, open betas, etc., right? So it's a whole new world for Tekken. It's going to be very, very interesting. So I'm really looking forward to how this game ends up getting released. You know, are we going to get a closed beta, open beta? Are we going to be testing it like this? Are they going to have like location tests like they used to in the arcades back in the day to get people hands-on and kind of iron out all the kinks of all the potential day one stuff you need to get passed out of the game? I'm very, very curious to see how this all shakes down. But it's a new day, man. Tekken 8, it's official. It's coming. When? We got no clue. But very exciting times ahead. You know, if you want to talk about criticisms at all, like what are the things I'm a little concerned about? I think that right now, you know, it still looks a lot like Tekken 7, right? Like the combo structure being exactly the same, it's a little weird. Like obviously the screw attack launches differently. It looks like more vertical and they kind of spin upside down or something. So functionally it's going to be very similar, right? Like we had Tekken 6 to Tekken 7, bound, screw, functionally kind of same except that a bound you can do at the wall, right? So we'll see as we get more information about this game how things play out. Obviously this was a huge surprise here, State of Play. We didn't expect to get this kind of information immediately. TGS is coming up this weekend, maybe more. I really didn't think we were going to see anything until the TWT finals out in like March. So the fact that we're getting stuff 6 months earlier than that means that there's probably more droplets of information they're going to drop at us in the lead up to this Tekken World Tour finals. So I'm very excited. A lot of cool stuff happening, man. Let me know what you guys think about this trailer in the comments below. Also, let me know what you guys think about this release schedule and how the game might be releasing. You know, I'm just blown away. There's just so many possibilities here. But anyways, I'm Rip. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Catch you guys next time. Boom!